So you're on your third or fourth Minecraft day and you have finally built yourself your first wooden house. You love it a whole lot, but there's definitely something missing. And even though it does have a roof on it, it's pretty flat and boring and you're not sure what you're going to do because you're not a builder. You are a miner. You have dug out your cave and this is just your safety spot. So every time you come out of your cave after a long mining session, you get a creeper dropped on your head. So let's take care of that with 6 different roof designs that are completely spawn-proof. Let's begin. In today's tutorial, we're going to be going over 6 basic roof types that you can put on your starter base that looks just like this. These roof types can be built in around about 10 minutes. There's a few of these that I will speed up for time just because of the fact that I don't want this video to be 60 minutes long. However, you can do all of these with the materials you gather during your first few mining trips. So I'm not going to be smelting up stuff. You don't need silk touch. I'm going to be going over roof designs that you can do with a very, very basic of starter tools. The only exception to that rule is I hope you have spent 1 iron ingot on putting together a stone cutter because this will come in so handy for doing your roofs. All right, let's begin with the flat roof. You are going to need a cobblestone slab and andesite stairs. Now, they could be, honestly, any slabs or stairs, but these are pretty easy to come by on your first few days of Minecraft, and also dirt scaffolding. So I will be using dirt scaffolding and not doing this in the flight creative mode. We're gonna leave the existing roof together just to make it easier, but if you do need to take out the existing roof so you can use the slabs built from these, you may do that. We're just going to layer on a layer of slabs. This is going to keep the roof very much spawn proof, and honestly, you could leave it just like this. It's ugly, but you could leave it just like this. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down here and I'm going to do a little bit of a weirdness here. Bounce. There we go. We're gonna put stairs around the edge to kind of give it a little bit of an overhang. And I know some people don't like overhang, so you don't have to do that. If you want to do it on this top instead of overhang, you can do that instead. But I like the look of the overhang better. And stairs are completely and utterly spawn proof as well. So this is going to be a very safe platform for the roof of your building. And as you can see, it only takes a few minutes to do. And if we come back down our roof, our scaffolding here, you can see your flat roof is all set and ready to go. So our next very simple roof design is called an A-frame. You will need stairs, slabs if it is an odd number build, and some additional building materials for the regular build itself. And since we are using oak, we're going to be using oak planks here. We're going to dirt scaffold up to the roof again. And this time I'm going to remove this roof. You don't have to. You can leave this as an empty, like, attic. But I like to have additional room inside of my build. If you only have a single block above a window, for example, I do recommend putting 1 additional layer on top of your build at this point, which you'll mostly have from your roof that you used to have. And then we're going to come in a block, and then we're going to make a layer and stop early, and then come in a block, make a layer, stop early, and then make a block. And if you do that, you will have your A shape right there. So then we're just going to mirror it on this side until you have it both sides. So this is your A shape frame. Now there's 2 ways of making this. One is the very simple way of we're just going to come across with the stairs. And when you add your next stair, aim at the bottom portion so that the stair always lands at the right place. Same with that. If we come up here at the top, it's going to place wrong. So always aim at the bottom portion. And then if we come over here, we're going to do the same thing. And one last layer. And because this is an odd shaped roof and it's an odd numbered roof, we're going to put a slab at the top. And it'll look like that. And a lot of people are starting to use this kind of design where everything is flush. I do not like it myself. So what we're going to do to fix that is we're going to come up to this layer where we added that extra slabs. And we're going to add some more stairs. And then we're going to actually come out one. And then you're going to turn around and squat. Make sure that you're shifting. And then target the top part of this block. And then place your block so that it's upside down. And then you're just going to jump again and do this over and over until you have hit the top. And then you're going to do that the same way for all of the other sides. Then down here, we're going to add those additional stairs. Aim for the top. Aim for the top. There we go. Put that on the top there. We're going to do one last side the same way. And finish it out just like that. And there you have a very simple A-frame house. Now you could do a couple additional things, like we could put a stair up on the front there to keep that design going, and I'll put one in the back too. And if you had 2 blocks at the top, you wouldn't even need this. You would just have the stairs hitting one another at the very top of your build. Our third roof type is what I call the pyramid. We will need stairs of some sort. We will probably need some additional oak planks for the roof line, just like we did with the A-frame. And then we will build ourselves up. We will get rid of this roof. We will build up one additional layer, just like we did with the A-frame. And just like with the A-frame, you can choose to make the roof flush by putting stairs just on this level and then building up, or you can do like I like to do and give it the overhang. This one's a little different than the A-frame because what we're doing is we're literally just aiming at the bottom of this upper level we just added, and then just adding stairs all the way around for the first level. And then it's just going to kind of fall in place all the way around. You don't whip. And you can choose to put the corners on, or you do not have to. Then you're going to come around and do the same with this level. This one's easy because you're aiming down. Now the next level is a little more tricky, so we're going to put just an extra stair, or you could put dirt or whatever, just so that you can aim against it. So if I were to put dirt, for example, I'm going to aim against the bottom part of the dirt just to put my first stair down. And then I'm just going to aim at the bottom part of that stair each time as we work our way around. And then on the last level, you're going to do the same thing again with the dirt. Get rid of it. Put this in. And then if we keep going, this is not even, so we're going to do a couple little tricky things here. We're going to aim at this side so that the stair makes that like corner stair, and then do the same thing on this. You will see what I mean by it's a pyramid. So the pyramid shape is the same all the way around. All right, for our fourth design, we're going to do a pitched roof. You're going to need stairs, slabs, and some additional oak planks or whatever your wall is. And we are going to build this where it is spawn proof. So we're going to make sure that all of our slabs are on the bottom half of a block. And what I mean by that is we want to make sure that when you lay slabs down, it's not the top of the block like this. It's not the top, it's at the bottom. Mobs can't spawn if they're trying to spawn in an airspace. So this little gap here, it won't let mobs spawn. So let's take our dirt scaffolding again. We're going to bop our way up. And this time, I am not going to add in an additional layer, just to show you what it'll look like and the reason why I like to add it. But we're going to put stairs down at the bottom of this, and you're going to focus it all the way across. We're going to make sure that it's on the bottom slab all the way across. So stairs themselves are never spawnable. So then we're going to put slabs on the bottom part of the block. So remember, this is like, if this were a full block, this is the bottom part. We're going to put slabs in, and then we're going to come back and put another set of stairs in. This is where we're going to add in our additional building blocks. And then we're going to switch it back up for slabs again. We're going to put in an additional block again, and then it's another stair. Oops. Making sure that you're aiming at the bottom of the stair each time, or at the block itself. And we're going to come up again. And you're just going to keep repeating this pattern until you have finished out the roof. And keep adding in blocks as you go as well. We're going to come up again. Stair. We're not completely finished yet. We do need to bring up this whole edge off to the side. And then we're going to finish with another layer of slabs. Then, once we're all finished with that, as you can see, it doesn't look terrible over the window like that, but I do like to have an additional layer of wood there, so you could have added a little bit higher there. Now, looks a little weird on this underside, so what you can do is add a few extra stairs upside down along that roof line. We're going to add an additional pitch over on this side too here in just a second. So we're going to put those in. And now we need one more little overhang. So we're going to come in here. And to make sure it stays non-spawnable, we're going to continue this trend all the way across. Just like so. The pitched roof is a really simple design. It looks kind of cool and modern. You could also build like an extra part of the house above and do a pitch the opposite direction if you like. It gives you a lot of extra room up top if you actually open this up. You could have a little bit of extra ceiling space up here. Oops. If you want. And it gives kind of a neat shape on the inside if you leave some of these blocks alone. But that gives you a lot more room. You could put like a little bunk area up here where your bed could go, and then the rest of this could be storage. Our next, more complicated roof type is going to be the barn. With this one, I'm going to be building it in granite. Now, we may or may not need the granite slabs at the end, just like before, depending on whether or not you have an even or odd number to your build. Let's start, as always, with our dirt scaffolding. And then we are going to put on another layer of wood, just so we don't have that, like, squished roof appearance. Then we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Now I will take this out again. I just kind of like having these open roofs so you can see them and use the space, but it's up to you yet again. All right, to start our barn roof, we are going to start with a stair on the bottom again, and we're gonna just do this all the way across. Then we're gonna come and reverse it, and then we're gonna put a block on top. So we'll have a block all the way across. Reverse that one real quick and put a block. So it looks just like that. Then we're gonna come up and put a stair on it to make sure it's spawn proof. And we're gonna flip it in reverse, and then do one more like this. Same with this side. And we're going to do one more, and then it's a stair on top. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Reverse, block, stair. So it's going to look just like this, and I'll show you a side view of this in just a minute. But we're going to come over to this side before we finish up. Do exactly the same as we did on that side. All right, now that you have this shape in place, we're going to put one stair upside down on both sides. And I would recommend making sure that you're doing each side at a time, because otherwise you're going to have to break out some blocks here and there. And then, as I said, if you have an uneven amount, you're going to need a slab on the very top. If it's an even number, this stair and this stair would actually touch, and you wouldn't need this additional one. Now all we have to do is fill it in. Now to finish off the design, you will need to add blocks inside to be able to fill this space out. And this is one reason I took the roof off, because it's so much easier to see from the inside here. There you have a barn-shaped roof. Now, if you wanted it a little less pointy, you could actually just bring that across here and make it a little flatter on the top. You could also add maybe a little additional window up in this space if you wanted. And like some of the other builds, you could put in a second story up here, because this area is so tall, you could put more storage or your bed up there. For our number 6 roof, we're going to be doing a little bit of fancy building, and to do so, we're going to do it on not a square build, not a cube like we have here, but we're going to make it a little bit bigger. And in order to do that, we're going to kind of bring out this build so that if you needed extra space, say you needed a little mini storage room in here, you could. And I'm just going to build up the walls very quickly to give us a different shape to work with. And we're going to open up the ceiling again, just like we did on the other ones. Just kind of give us a fancy look to it. For this particular roof, we will be using deep slate tiles. I love deep slate tiles. I love having stone roofs. For one, they're spawn proof. For two, they're also fire and lightning proof. So let's start by building our scaffolding one last time. And we are going to put one additional layer on this. Now to start this funky shaped building, we're going to have an A gable like this, like an A frame here. But then on this side, we're gonna have another A-frame going this direction. So I think what we also need to do here is make this back side a little bit wider too, just to make it easier on you. And it's literally just adding one additional row of blocks. Do this. Yes. There we go. And this one could be in place too. We could put a block here. It's not necessary, but just to match it up and make it easier on you. So just like the A-frame over there, we're going to start with our stairs down below with a reverse stair and a regular one, and then just come all the way across. Oops. This. That. And then on the other side, right over here, we also want to put one here. So we have one that is at the same height as the other side, and then you're also going to want to do it over here too. We're going to do it like this, bring it out, and then do it just like that, and we're just going to kind of keep going back and forth as we go. Boop. 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 And then again, it's going to top out just like the other one did with a stair. And then this roof line will almost be done, except for filling in, obviously. And then we just need the slab up here. Now we need to do the gable on this side. Or in order to do this one, we're going to go at the opposite direction. And then we're going to just connect these stairs out, just like this. But this time, we're going to go this direction. And we're going to do the same on this side. And you're aiming to the top. And you're aiming down. And then this one will also be just like this. Now, we're going to have to connect these two so that they make sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of fill in along here so that these connect just like that. And you'll notice that the stairs kind of do the business for you. And then you'll come this way. And then they'll connect. So that way you have it just like that. Now you will need to fill in some of these blocks as you go. Then we're going to come in here, and then we're going to reverse it once we kind of fill in this area. There we go. Then we're going to fill it in this direction. Now, don't try to fill it in this way. I mean, you could do it this way. It's just a little more difficult than if you kind of bring it to here and then bring this one to here. And we'll kind of do it the same way here. You just have to aim a little bit differently is the problem. And what happens is if you do not bring this to the right place, this slab won't line up over here. So you kind of want to wait on that until we get done with both sides. We're going to come over to this side. Just like this. And then once we hit this block, then we kind of fill it in. There we go. And we're going to kind of bring these slabs over on this shorter area. And then it will line up with that stair. Now we can fill in the last few blocks there. Once we get in these blocks. Just like that. And that is the finished roof T, kind of like a T, where it tees together. And then we're just going to finish over here. Alright, and there you have a slightly fancier peaked roof where it has a little outcropping, and with this room you could do all sorts of things with it. You could put like a couple windows in, you could put some other decoration here, Look how big this house is just by adding a little tiny bit more room. We're gonna move the bed now. And then you could have a whole new storage area right in here by just doing a little bit more to your basic starter house. So there you have it. 6 very simple starter build roof types for you to use that are all spawn proof, flame proof, lightning proof, all of the above. Feel free to take a snapshot of this, a screenshot, so that you can replicate these builds in your own world. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial and that this will be a very helpful for you in the future, that you're able to take some design ideas from these simple 6 roof designs so that you won't have to worry about being the ugliest dirt house or oak house on the block in your Minecraft world. If these designs helped you out in any way, leave me a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm planning on doing a lot more of these very simple tutorials for people who are just on a 2-week kick of Minecraft and they don't want to have the ugliest looking house on the block. And if you are old enough to be on Discord, feel free to join the CraftWorks Discord. The link is in the doobly-doo below. I would love to see what builds that you came up with and what roof types that you chose to use. These roof types are just a good starting point, a good practice point for your very first builds, and then you can build off of them. You can create more fancy designs, you can build additions to your house, and now you know how to join them up. And you can put these on just about any size build. As you scale up, you're just going to need more blocks to do it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Give yourselves a hug from me. I love you very much, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.